Hi everyone, I'm Apero. I'm a member of Team Aretusa and a specialist in beginner GWENT content. Today I'm happy, thrilled, excited to bring you some exclusive content straight from the vaults of CDPR. I will be showing you Veil and Rupture, two of the new mechanics coming with the Master Mirror expansion. I'll be explaining how they work and showing you the new visuals that will be coming to your screens very soon. Let's not talk too much about it, let's get straight into it. Veil is a status which prevents a card from receiving any further statuses. It looks like a purple hood, kind of like a little Red Riding Hood kind of thing, a little purple hood on a black circle background, and that is the status there. If you want to know more about statuses, I do cover it a lot in my Purify versus Lock video, which should be, let me see if I can get this right there. What's important to note for Veil is that it doesn't purify a unit, it doesn't remove any existing statuses. It simply adds another one on which prevents other statuses from being added. So of course the main protection, I suppose, will be against poison and locks. What this also means is that if you add Veil to a defender, that defender does not stop being a defender. It doesn't lose the defender tag. If you apply it to something with a shield, that shield still applies. If you apply it to a resilient unit, it's still resilient. All of these things are still in place because the card is not purified. The other important thing to note about Veil is that it doesn't stop a unit from being destroyed by any other means. It can still be hit, it can still be scorched, it can still be damaged, nothing else is prevented. Marlene de Trastamara is a new card in this Master Mirror expansion, and she applies Veil to a card as an order. So we're going to see now what that looks like. Let's have a look. Beautiful. So what we can see there is that a kind of purple smoke envelops the card and then kind of centers in on the bottom left corner and applies that Veil status. Now that we've looked at Veil, let's have a look at Rupture. Now hold on to your horses because this is great. So you apply it to an enemy unit, and what happens is that at the end of the enemy's next turn, that unit damages itself by its power value. So if there's no armor on it, for example, a 10-point unit will hit itself for 10 points. You apply it, and then they've really got that turn to answer it, or else that card gets ruptured. The important thing to remember for Rupture is that all the usual order of effect rules for the end of the turn will still apply. So that is melee to range, left to right, that still applies as normal. Firstly, let's see what Rupture looks like when it's applied. And to do this, we're going to look at Tyrggui Tuirseach, who applies Rupture on deploy. So he's going to drop here and he's going to apply Rupture to Tibor. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Great. So what we see is that this red smoke kind of targets in on the status point on the left, on the bottom left-hand side, before the card kind of goes into these red cracks like glass breaking. Now we can see that that status is applied to Tibor, and the status is again this kind of black circle with the outline of a figure, and behind it this kind of red burst of energy behind it. Now the status is on Tibor, and the opponent has one opportunity to answer it with a Purify. They don't manage that, so let's have a look at what happens to Tibor. So what happens is that it's not answered, and Tibor is destroyed in a flurry of bite-shaped blood splats. Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something here about Veil and Rupture. If you haven't already, do hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Let's get pumped for this new expansion and for all the community tournaments that are coming up, the new opens, the masters, all the kind of stuff we're going to be seeing in the coming months. It is a really exciting time to be in GWENT, so let's get into it, and I will see you around. Thanks again. Bye. Tyrggui, patchwork of cracked blood-coloured lines, and then the turn effects. Order of effect rules for the end of the turn. Order of effect rules for the end of the turn. The important thing to remember about Rupture is that all the usual end of... before it is destroyed in a flurry of bite-shaped blood splats. Bite-shaped... top of the teeth, tip of the tongue. Top of the teeth, tip of the tongue. Tyrggui. Tyrggui? before it is destroyed in a flurry of blood-shaped blood splats. No, bite-shaped, not blood-shaped. How can something be blood-shaped? All right, let's try that again. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Unique New York, unique New York. Bite-shaped blood splats. Bite-shaped blood splats. I'm gonna go with Tyrggui. Tyrggui. Let's try that. Bite-shaped blood splats. Bite-shaped blood splats. Bite-shaped blood splats. Okay.